It's too early to function. Good morning, you guys. Happy Vlogmas Day 16. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. It's like 6 something in the morning. I'm getting ready for work. I'm not gonna vlog at work. Because I'd get fired. Like, can't be videoing at work, but heading into work. Me and Mom are gonna drop off Molly this morning at the groomers. I'll see you guys later on in the day after work. So our day started. Ugh. Mom, for some reason, likes veggie cream cheese.
Too.
Weirdo.
The face of disgust.
Hey there, guys. So it has been a very long day. I took some snippets on my phone of my day. I was at work all day long, and then I came home. I wanted to go to the gym really, really bad, but I got home at like a weird time, so Sean went to the gym without me, sadly. And then I fell asleep, and he came back from the gym and showered, and then we went out to dinner. As I showed you, we just went and had some Chinese. My appetite has honestly just been like really weird, but I needed something. I didn't eat lunch. I had a bagel and a banana for breakfast, so I was like, I need something like heavy. So I have work tomorrow, but like, honey, when I say I just need to wind down, I need to wind down because it's been a really rough day. It was a very long day at work. So I'm tired and my body's not happy, so we need to give her what she needs. And when I come back to you, I will be in my pajamas, hair up, and high noon in hand. Okay? Like, that's the game plan. High noon? My boyfriend hates when I do that, but he's not here. Yesterday, I went on my Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram already, make sure you go and follow me there. But I asked on my Instagram, I put like a question thing. I did this little poll thing. So ladies, ask me all your questions from relationships, toxic friendships, hookup culture, confidence, pick me girls, exes, etc. And I told y'all to give me the juicy questions, and y'all came in steaming. Y'all came in full force. So here we go. Let's get messy. How to tell if he likes you or is just using you? I honestly feel like it all depends. In this culture, let's just start off with hookup culture. It's real hard. You do not know what a boy's thinking half of the time. Sometimes it is pretty easy, but like this new generation of boy gives me a headache. Like 1 minute, like the category of fuckboy, they'll sweeten you up, take you out on dates, take all this time to spend with you, and then be like, oh, I was just looking for like a hookup. I'm not ready to date right now. Oh my gosh. So like honestly, it's so hard to figure out if he likes you or doesn't like you. But there are certain things that like are red flags, and most of us girls, I can admit this, I was a girl to romanticize stuff. if you're hanging out just like once a week, might be a little red flag. You're that busy. You make time for what you want. So if he wants to make you a priority, he wants you just once a week. Snapchat, oh my gosh, like I don't know. I know there's a lot. It's broad with who watches me, like age, but Snapchat, dear God, we're in our 20s. If he's talking to you only on Snapchat, contact the authorities. That grown man should not be talking to girls on Snapchat. That's just like a case impending. Like, why are you just sending messages through Snapchat? That's suspicious. That is suspicious activity. I haven't used Snapchat like that since like maybe 2016, 2017, and even 2017. I was 18. I was like, this is a no-no. Red flag. If he only uses Snapchat, red flag. Run. Guys are weird, like using you for a good time. That period, I know, cuffing season and all that stuff. Oh, I can't even say, oh, he let you meet his friends. Oh, he's definitely not using. No. Some guys let you meet the whole gang and you realize, damn, I got the wrong friend. I grew up in the era of Visco. The way you could tell if a boy was talking to another girl is by her Visco. If you were suspicious of like the guy that you're talking to is talking to another girl, find her Visco, okay? Find her Visco, and that's how you were able to find it. But like girls are like, yeah, I checked his Venmo, and I'm like, you don't realize the toxicity that is screaming in your ear, like, oh, if you have to check his Venmo, I don't know if can you check Cash App? I don't know. I'm not on that level. But like, that just screams toxic. It's a toxic situation if you're checking all of his socials. And honey, if you have to check that much, you better abort mission. You better run, because if he's not that upfront with you, that's like, oh, I like you, and ain't the one. And on Venmo, you can private transactions, so just because his Venmo seems clear does not mean you're in the clear. Okay? Okay, next one. What do you think of situationships? Okay. Situationships are a headache. If there is anything anybody should gain, boy or girl, out of this video, do not settle. Situationships are settling. It is not worth it. Don't you dare ever settle. It's not worth it. It's a waste of your time. You're going to regret it down the line, because the situationship, you may have like 2 years plus in this situationship. That's 2 years in this situationship that you weren't dating. And honey, if he wanted to date you, he would have dated you, and you would have been his girlfriend, not a situationship. Like, oh, we're friends, but we've been hanging out and we established that we liked each other. Girl, bye. I can't fully say that. There are certain things that come into play of maybe you're not ready for a relationship, but still, I feel like you shouldn't waste each other's time. If you're not ready, don't make it a situationship. If there's a situation that is the premise of the reason why you're not dating, that is a situationship, and no go. Same thing, someone asked, friends with benefits, no. Everybody's just gonna get hurt in that situation. I don't know how many girlfriends of mine that I've had to listen to stories. That's a whole story time too. Like, you're wasting, just because you saw a movie with Justin Timberlake and Mila Kunis and just go with it, or whatever, friend, whatever that movie is, does not mean it's going to happen to you, okay? It happened in a movie. Okay, that doesn't mean it's gonna happen to you, okay? Someone asked, how do you feel about purity culture versus hookup culture? Can both be damaging? Oh my god. Like, this whole broad thing, I feel like I'm gonna continue to tap here into hookup culture. But 100% both of those could be damaging. I feel, personally for me, it works for some people, it doesn't work for some people. I'm not saying that anybody that's in hookup culture, you're never gonna find anybody, you're not gonna be in a relationship, that's not true. I actually, like, I think I listened to like several episodes of the Call Her Daddy podcast. That was really interesting. Alex Cooper, that woman is smart, but I heard her like on her newer podcast now. She's talking about like the way she was like wilding out when she was younger is completely different from how she is now. And personally for her now, she's in a relationship and she's happy and she likes the healthiness and realizes how toxic she was. So like a lot of the times too, I'm not gonna say being a part of hookup culture, you're just never gonna be in a relationship, but there is going to come that time that you're gonna cross that threshold and realize, oh, I need to work on X, Y, and Z, and this, and that. So, like, I don't like it personally, but you do what you want. Now, with purity culture, I was raised in a Christian household, obviously, and it's just I can admit I had a purity ring for a point in time in my life, and every like sexuality, all that stuff, whatever. But I feel like a lot of nowadays, and I'm not saying everybody, but I've seen a lot of examples of, or heard a lot of examples of couples meeting at like church, at like a church college or something like that, and they jump into a marriage super quick just because they want to get to that level. And I feel like that's so toxic. That's just, oh my god. It's that knowing that some people are just, they want to stay pure until marriage, but then are jumping into a marriage just because they want to do the act of sex, but they don't want to be deemed impure in the eyes of God. But like I feel like that's just more even goes against the whole purity thing, like being pure. Then if you're simply, oh my gosh, I'm in love with this person, puppy love, this and that, you get married just to do that act, and then you realize like hookup culture and purity culture have their pros and cons, and I feel like with both of them there are a lot of cons. So I feel like it's just messy on both sides, and you need to be careful, because I know in hookup culture that you could possibly catch things. Make sure you're getting tested, you're using protection, and just keeping in mind how this could affect you down the road. And in purity culture, make sure you're getting married for the right reasons, not just getting married to do the act of sex, and like that you really do love this person. How do you maintain friendships in a relationship? Listen, now, let me take a sip for this one, because there are two types of girls when they get into a relationship. There's the one girl that gets into a relationship, doesn't really change, but obviously has their priorities a little bit shifted a little bit differently because they're in a relationship, and then and still talks to their friends. And then you have the other girl that like legitimately forgets that anybody else in the world exists besides their partner. And I feel like you need to find a balance in between, because yes, you are dating someone. I completely understand that. I am in a relationship right now. This is my first relationship ever. I'm 22. I've never been in a serious relationship. Me and Sean are 1 year as of next month, January 29th, will be 1 year dating. And for me, I'm like very thankful that I haven't heard out of any of my close girlfriends, you just completely forgot about us. Like, it's just all about Sean. Hearing that, ooh, that would hurt because like I completely understand you're happy, you're excited to be in a relationship. I'm very excited and happy to be in a relationship, but I'm thinking back to me last year in this exact time of December. Me and Sean were talking, and I legitimately made a promise to myself. I was like, if I get into this relationship, I can't forget who I am. And I think that should be something that's like highlighted or like should be like number one. Before you enter a relationship, you need to set certain boundaries and you need to remember that yes, I am entering a relationship with someone, but I can't lose myself in this someone. I did experience in my relationship some friendships that just dissipated and no longer existed. I feel that being able to maintain a friendships while being in a relationship, number one, obviously you have to stay true to yourself and still be you. You can't get lost in the sauce. Legitimately, you need to be your own person. Do not become codependent. But you also have to have good friends because the toxicity, the immaturity, just the nastiness really do be coming out. There was another question too of like, can you have single friends when you're in a relationship? And you can, of course, still have friends that are single and be in a relationship. So it all comes down to the friend because some girls are fake. Like, let's keep it a buck right now. Some girls rather, if they're suffering, you're suffering with them. If they're single, you're single. They're depressed, like, those are the toxic friendships. You need to find out, like, what friendships are and aren't toxic. Like, I'm thinking, like, legitimately one of my closest friends, Marlo, we're going on like 19 plus years of a friendship, and like she'll travel here or do this or do that and we still talk. And like I got a boyfriend, nothing changed. My friend Essence, she's single and did not affect at all in my relationship. She didn't act a certain way, I didn't act a certain way. She wasn't rude or anything to my boyfriend or anything like that, vice versa. They actually like send TikToks to each other. It's really cute. It's quite frightening because like they both have dark humor and I'm like, oh dear God, but like it's really funny because now he's like, yeah, Essence sent me this TikTok, and she's like, yeah, Sean sent me this TikTok. So it's just funny. And like she's fine with it. And then I think of like one of my other closest friends, Sophie, she's in a relationship. And like same thing, the dynamic is perfectly fine. I'm in a relationship, she's in a relationship, and I don't really see a difference. But I did have this one friend that was single and she just turned hella bitter real quick, and I was like, oh, what in the is going on? Like, it was 1 minute they were happy and then I was like, oh, now I need to pick sides or something. And like personally for me in this situation, I was being nice. Okay, because I felt like telling a bitch off. Like, I was upset, and I'm not the type of person, like, if it's just not worth my time, I'm not gonna say anything. But my boyfriend's my boyfriend. He defended my honor, and I'm not gonna be upset about that because it was some bull. And like all of a sudden, it was like shading on Snapchat, shading on Instagram, doing this, doing that, shady tweets. I'm like, oh my gosh, why are we being childish? Like, this makes no sense. And then I was just like, you know what? Not worth it. Cut ties. Okay, my camera keeps like overheating, but I think I'll wrap up this little part here. But if you guys have any more questions, make sure to comment them down below. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for Vlogmas Day 17. And I'll end it off here. Kisses to my bitches. Stay hydrated, kids. See you tomorrow. Good night.